Blog Talk Radio.
Hello? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Food for the Soul with Chef Ramon Weldon. I would like to thank Diamond for the intro music. How was your weekend? A shout out to Ruby Weldon Gasson, James Gasson, Stacy, Jennifer, Jason. To my niece and to my nephew, check out my blog spot on Food for the Soul. Follow me on Twitter at RCW112. Email me at RCW112Yahoo or Gmail at WeldonR12@gmail.com. Once again, you can email me at RCW112@yahoo.com or Gmail WeldonR112@gmail.com. If you have any feedback or anything you would like to say to me, please call me in at 646-915-9934. Once again, guest calling number is 646-915-9934. And if you didn't get it the first two times, it's 646-915-9934. If you want to talk to me or make comments, I would like to say thank you to Dr. Sanhill for calling last week and sharing some important information. Check out her show on Blog Radio called Living to Eat. She gives great life lessons and pearls of eating healthy. I hope you enjoy the ride on Food for the Soul. Food for the Soul menu: antipasta salad, stir-fried kale and broccoli florets, grilled salmon with avocado dip, dessert carrot cookies, and drink red apple. Food for the Soul thought we fall down, but we get up. Today's topic was going to be about Molly. MDMA is occasionally known for being taken in conjunction with psychedelic drugs such as LSD or mushrooms, or shrooms as they call them, or even common drugs such as cannabis, which is marijuana, weed, sticky icky. And this practice has been known more prevalent. Most of the more common combinations have been given nicknames such as candy flipping, MDMA combined with LSD, hippie flipping, MDMA with mushrooms or shrooms, or kitty flipping, MDMA with quinine, The problem with these pills with the same color and the same old logo is that they contain different drugs. Some people have been known to put salt, bath salt in them, which has been known to lead to death. Hello? 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 There are some immediate dangers to using the Molly drug. Drug short-term side effects are quite alarming. Molly interferes with the brain essential chemical functions. It makes the brain like scrambled eggs. Molly mixes up temperatures. Hello, caller, are you there? Having technical difficulties, but that's okay. Molly drug mixes up the temperature signals to the brain, which can cause hypothermia, dehydration, or heat stroke. Molly drug dangers are also things such as blurry vision, faintness, high blood pressure, muscle cramping, confusion, panic attacks. How dangerous is Molly? Let's just put it simple. You can die on your first try if you don't know what you're doing. If you get the wrong combination of drugs and it's your first time and you don't know what you're doing, it can take you out of this world. It's not a good drug to try. I mean, it might sound cool, but it's really not. In some severe cases, seizures, strokes, cardiovascular and kidney failure, dehydration. The amount of deaths involving Molly has increased because some people assume if you die from it, you just don't know what you're doing. You're not using it the right way. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter found in the brain. It is responsible for regulating many vital functions in the body. Serotonin is involved in the regulation of body temperature, sleep, and sex drive, to name just a few of the processes affected. Chemical imbalance in the brain can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, and other psychological or physical issues. Lower than normal amounts of serotonin can affect other systems in the body, including the immune system. Molly and you. It can cause your body to overheat or cause a heat stroke, loss of all body functions, muscle spasms. It can kill you on the first try. Molly in the brain function, your brain loses all its functions. It can scramble your brain up and loss of a lot of serotonin. The new wave of drug is taking the youth by storm and leaving behind a lot of death. Drugs are killing our people every day. Crack, methamphetamine, PCP, and other drugs have taken over this country. Drugs and family. Too many mothers not raising their kids getting high. It's on an uprise that a lot of mothers are losing custodial rights to their children because they're getting high. It's destroying the family home. And the first relationship is with your parents. And children are getting affected by this in many ways because they don't have mother or father there because they're in some kind of drug situation or they're high somewhere or they're in and out of jail or rehabilitation. Drugs are not a quick fix to solve life problems. It just makes things worse. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Today's topic is about Molly and drug abuse. I have a call online. Please thanks for calling in. And what do you want to say about drug abuse or families or anything considering this new risky behavior with Molly or
Well,
ecstasy?
I'm currently actually working in the field of substance abuse, and Molly is something very new that is trending with youth and children now. And I have to say that, as you're saying, it's very dangerous. It's made of things and chemicals that shouldn't be consumed in the body. And our teens are literally losing their lives behind it because they don't know what this drug is doing to their bodies. It is literally killing them, and they're consuming products that should not even be consumed by humans.
And what ingredient is that?
Well, it's made up of all kind of different chemicals. It's not just Molly's is not one chemical. It's made of different chemicals. So to say exactly which ingredient is it that shouldn't be for human consumption, I can't say that because there's so many different chemicals that it's used in.
I was reading online. It's cocaine, LSD, and some other things. And I was reading also that a lot of people are using bath salt as counterfeit to sell to youth or younger people, and they're not knowing it, and they're popping the pill, and they're being rushed to emergency.
Yes.
I also touched based on the drugs and the family counterparts, how drugs are affecting the basic relationships with their children because they're not having that first relationship with their parents. And that's foremost, the most important relationship you can have in your life is with your parents.
I agree. A lot of the teens that come through the center where I work at, when we do their assessments, a lot of their issue is family relational issues. They're using drugs because they don't have a relationship with their parent, or they're using drugs because they see their parent use. So definitely what goes on in the household has a direct relationship to some of our teens using drugs. And I won't say that that's the only relationship because it's not. I do see teens who use drugs out of their own choice, and their parents are highly against it and have raised them differently. But in a lot of the cases, we do see it as a direct relationship between what the parents are doing in the home and what the children are doing when it relates to using stuff.
I think a lot of times people use drugs as a easy way out of a situation or a coping mechanism to get over something that's tragic or something that happened. But I found that if you just pray about it or talk to somebody that can give you some sound advice, that's a better route to go than trying drugs or anything, because you can't just getting high is not going to solve any problems. All it's just going to do is add more to the problem. Once again, Molly can mess up the brain function and cause a heat stroke. It is a lot of damage to the body. Young people need to realize how a cheap high alone can mess you up. I mean, I know the pills going for like $15 to $25 a pop. Have you encountered anything dealing with this new drug called Molly?
I personally have not. I work with counterparts who have had used to use it, but in my personal working, I have not had any dealings with it.
I noticed that a lot of people are thinking because they didn't know what they was doing for the first time, and that's why they're dead. But all it takes is that one bad trip to put you in the ER or in the morgue. All it takes is one time. it's not something that you want to take a chance with because it's too dangerous. I mean, back in the day, we dealt with other stuff when I was growing up, like alcohol, weed, cigarettes. Those was kind of the thing during my era. But now the drug trade or the drug market has changed to more explicit drugs that do more damage, like getting high with bath salts and trying LSD or PCP or crack cocaine or any of the other stuff. So, do you think economics have to do with the drug usage or crime?
I think it has a relationship to do with it. I know that there are some children that use drugs who come from poor socioeconomic backgrounds, but then you have to think that there are some children who use drugs that come from wealthy backgrounds. So I think depending on the status that you're in, may depend on the kind of drugs you can get your hand on, but I don't think that being of a low socioeconomic background or of a high socioeconomic background can cause you to use or not use.
That is true. It's a transcending problem from rich to poor. You have rich crackheads and you have poor crackheads, so it's not really one or the other is better than each one. It's just what it is. And it's affecting a lot of families. It's a lot of people going to jail behind dealing drugs or whatever in the drug trade. And there's a lot of people losing their lives behind this thing. I mean, I know it's fast money, but with fast money come consequences. And the time you get for selling crack cocaine is a lot higher than cocaine. For some odd reason, they're both the same drug, but I guess it's the way it's distributed out makes the difference. And it's a lot of African American men that are behind bars because of this thing. I believe hard work and education is the key out of a situation. It might take a little bit of time, but it does pay off in the end. So how was your day, caller?
My day was great, thank you. How was your day?
It was okay. I was just working on the subject for today and doing some research as always. And I find that the more I read, the more I learn about what's going on. And I was reading on Yahoo News about other news about a young man that lost his life in North Carolina. He was in a bad accident and was looking for help, and the police shot him down. And that's getting a lot of attention. And I was also reading about the shooting that happened at the naval base, where I think 10 or 12 people died today or over the weekend. I don't know the whole story yet, but it's a tragic event. And I noticed that there's a lot of mass shootings that have been going on in the last few years, from Columbine on up to the movie theater and to the elementary school and to the synagogue, and they're popping up everywhere. People just getting angry and living off their emotions, and the first thing to do is grab a gun, load it, and want to take somebody out with them. And that's not fair to the people that they're killing, because they don't know, they have nothing to do with this. If you want to kill somebody and you feel need to kill yourself, I'm not recommending suicide as an easy way out, or recommending that at all, because clearly you need some kind of psychological help, and killing other people is not the end all to do it. You got to think about. I mean, I know they don't think about how many lives are they affecting and how they're affecting this nation as a whole, because it's been so much bloodshed the last couple of years, and it's getting it's getting crazy. People going to work and not knowing that if they're going to come home or not, and it's happening in secure places that you normally wouldn't think, like the schoolhouse or the naval base. These are places that people are very secure, and there's a lot of people in these areas. I mean, the only thing we can do now is just pray for each other and let love break the chains of the bondage that's going on in the country. And I know things are hard. I mean, this country is about to go yet into another war, and I know that has a lot to do with a lot of things of the stress. And I know a lot of people looking for jobs that can be stressful as well. And we're still dealing with a lot of other stuff that's going on in the economy of people looking for jobs, and I can understand it can be very stressful of trying to find a job where you got a family and you got a mortgage or you got rent to pay or a car note to pay or car insurance or light bill, etc. And that can take a toll on anybody. But the only thing you can do is keep holding out and keep going at it. And I know it gets frustrating sending out resume after resume because I'm there, and it is very stressful. You done went to college, and you think, okay, I done borrow this money to go to college with student loans or whatever, and when I get finished, I'm going to get my dream job, or I'm going to be in a safe career where I can just work my career or work my job and make the money I need to pay the bills that I got to pay to live and survive. But sometimes what we plan might not happen the way we think it's going to happen. And I know a lot of people don't want to work. Well, I mean, not. I know a lot of people that do want to work and don't want to waste their time sitting around doing nothing. And I also know there's a lot of people that don't want to work too, but that's another subject for another day. But for those who are trying to work and trying to make a living and trying to make a career, it can be quite challenging. And sometimes it's just what it is. Life just has one of those things that we all have to just learn to live day to day and hope for the best. So did you have a stressful day?
No, actually not. My day has been very good and productive, and I'm on my way to the next part of my evening.
Yeah, I can understand that. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I'm a full-time student, so of course that took a part of my weekend, but it was good, quite productive.
That's good. I mean, you got a lot of homework done, wrote a lot of papers.
Not a lot, a little bit. Not as much as I needed to get done, but
sometimes it be like that. But at least you're in school and you're working hard, trying to make a life for yourself, planning a future. That's a part of the American dream.
yeah, you're right.
To work and create something. You can, I mean, that's what I do every day. Think of new ways to come at a problem with a new solution. Because sitting under the tree is not going to get nothing done. Laying in the bed is not going to help anything or help anybody. Because at the end of the day, you still got bills to pay. And getting high is not going to solve those problems at all, neither. That's just a quick fix for a long-term That's just a quick fix for a long-term problem.
I totally agree.
I don't know why, but I was singing this song all day today. It been on my mind all day. Walk with me, Lord. Walk with me. I know that's probably before your time. Hello?
All right, Hope.
I'm just messing with you. I mean, you remember that song? You remember that song back in the day? The old deacon or somebody used to sing that song with the foot stomp. Walk
Yes, I
with
do.
me, Lord. Walk with me. Hold my hand, Lord. Yeah, I can be crazy sometimes. A lot of I'm very high energy, as you can tell. I'm crazy. Wow.
I can see. I can definitely tell
But
that.
huh? Do you want us to share? Do you want to share your name with the public, or you want to keep it anonymous?
I'm good being anonymous.
Okay, anonymous. A recap for today. Young people, please don't try Molly. It's a very dangerous drug. It can cause seizures, heart attacks, strokes, dehydration, and also another thing that I was reading that some people drink a lot of water after they take the drug. That also leads to drowning because your body can't regulate how much water it lost to how much water you're putting in, because the drug messes up your metabolism and your brain function of mandatory consumption of whatever you need to do. So not that great of a drug to try. I mean, I know it's a trend with all trends. Like I remember back in the day, ice was the thing. Wow, I'm that old, and that was that was killing a lot of people way back when. So every so often there's a new drug that hit the market, but the problem is doctors or professional people don't know how to handle the situation because it's a new epidemic. But the best thing I can say is please don't try it. I mean, I know you probably say us old people, but we're looking out for your best interest by warning you about how dangerous this drug can be. We want you to be productive citizens in society. We want you to get that dream job or husband or wife or kids or whatever you want to do. Start your own business or whatever, but you have to learn from the people that are ahead of you that are giving you sound advice on how to live and what to do. And I know each day is not going to be an easy day, but please don't try this drug because as we've seen with other epidemics like the crack epidemic, how that tore up the country, and it's still tearing up the country, heroin, PCP, and the other methamphetamines. These drugs are very dangerous drugs, and I mean, I know everybody got the internet and got access to Google or Yahoo search engines. Look up what these drugs can do to you or done to other people, and it probably will help you or persuade you not to try it. And remember, drugs are not a quick solution to your problems. It's really not. All they do is make things worse. This show is about to be over in a few minutes, and I would like to thank the caller for calling in. And I hope she have a great day with food and everything else. Thank you for calling in, and have a blessed day, ma'am.
Thank you for having me, host.
No problem. It's hard to believe that Tupac has died 17 years ago. Wow, where has the time gone? Once again, I'd like to thank you for stopping by and listening. Please check out my blog, Food for the Soul. I hope you enjoy each recipe each day, and please keep listening to me, my show, Food for the Soul, every Monday at 5 o'clock. If you have any questions or any feedback, please email me at rcw112@yahoo.com or weldonr112@gmail.com. Once again, if you want to email me, rcw112@yahoo.com or weldonr12@gmail.com. Or please you can call anytime while I'm on the air, live, on Food for the Soul. The number is 646-915-9934. Once again, guest calling number is 646 915-9934 if you want to talk or ask any questions or make comments. Once again, thanks again to Dr. Sandy Hill for sharing all the important information. Please check out her show, Eating to Live. She was a very smart woman. She was very talented and is great at what she does. So please drop in on her show on Saturday at 12 o'clock. She has a lot of great projects going on, and we wish her well and great success in whatever she is doing, because she was a blessing to me and many others. Food for the Soul is a trademark by Chef Ramon Weldon. And this has been another great episode of Food for the Soul. And please, if you need help and you are facing an issue that you can't handle by yourself, please get a counselor, talk to your local pastor or a friend or anybody that can lead you in the right direction. Please don't try Molly or any other hard drugs out there, because they're not going to be good for you, and they can cause a lot of damage and lead you down a road that you don't want to go on. So thanks again for stopping by. Thank the anonymous caller for calling in. And I hope you have a great day. This has been Food for the Soul with Chef Ramon Weldon. And thank you again for listening. And I hope you had a great weekend. And I hope you have a great week. Be blessed, everyone. And remember, love is the key to breaking the chains of this bondage of depression and every other thing. Love.